Hello, superstars! We have a lot of ground to cover on today's edition of the newsletter for Friday, December 4th. I know we intended to have one sent out last week, and as we know, the cyber attack and ransomware attack on BCPS just made that difficult. We were not able to do that, among many other things. So, thank you for your patience and understanding, as this has been a very difficult time for teachers and staff. We still have a lot of limitations on what we have access to and can do. So, sorry if we are not able to contact you as well either. We are relying on information that we have taken offhand prior to when we were limited and not able to reach the systems and servers that we rely on to get your contact information. So please reach out to staff and help us. And also check social media, our Facebook and Twitter accounts, and also those the same for BCPS as well. We will be doing our best to reach out to you in any means that we can. So, quick update about conferences and report cards. Since report cards and distribution of such have been postponed, so have conferences. So if you had any conferences scheduled, they have been postponed for the foreseeable future. We will provide more information as we receive it. Some really important tech tips. If you are seeing any unusual prompts, like for example Microsoft prompts specifically, when you try to access very basic things that you are used to doing, like Schoology or Google Meet, and you don't understand why that is, just know that BCPS had to partner with certain groups and providers to be able to take the load and host certain services that you used to host on their servers. So this is actually normal. This is legitimate. Just enter their credentials like you would for a prompt like this for Google or for Microsoft, where instead of just their BCPS1 username, remember you have to follow it with @bcps.org as if it were an email. And then when it asks you for the corresponding password, just put in their BCPS1 password. It's as simple as that. And you can also click on the center image for when it comes to reconnecting or resyncing your Google account. This really pertains more so to HP and Windows-based devices for students. So for those who have HP or Windows devices and you no longer see their account icon at the very top corner of the browser with their initial within a colored circle. If you just see this shadow of a person instead and you notice that things aren't quite the same or you don't see things that you should be seeing, you just need to do these two steps. Just click on that and then click on turn on sync to resync, and you will be prompted most likely to enter their Google account information, which just like the Microsoft account information is BCPS1 username followed by @bcps.org. And then for those who are using Chromebooks or all students with all devices, HP, Windows-based Chromebooks, please make sure that you check that you are connecting to BCPS Schoology and Google Meet through this method. Just click on the BCPS links bookmark folder that you have on the bookmarks bar of their Chrome browser. It's right below the URL bar. It's on the top right section of the browser, and within you click on that folder and you have these ready links to go, these shortcuts. So you don't have to bother typing these in all the time. Just click on them and enter them through these links. Do not open a BCPS1 session. Do not go to BCPS1. I don't think it'll work for anyone anyway, but regardless, just stick to Schoology and Google Meet through these methods. Moving on now to the Maker's Kits. If you still have Maker Kits to pick up, I know things have been a little crazy lately, and that's completely understandable if you haven't. Just contact the school however you can, whether it be your staff, your teacher, or some other staff member that you've had a relationship or rapport with. Call the school. We're doing what we can to be present. Not everyone is in the school that was previously, but just reach out to us and we will coordinate as best we can so that we can either get one to you or if just let us know when you're available to stop by. Also, we are halfway through the Hero Squad fundraising campaign. Now, we have a little bit of a bit to go. As you can see, you've noted where we are right now within the different steps. We want to get to our goal of 2,250. So we know that we can do this, or we can at least close that gap. And I know this is a big ask for how difficult things have been lately. Anything that you can do would be much appreciated. There's a very heartwarming story for 70-year-old Madalena from Pittsburgh who went through a lot, but it has a really great ending, and it's just a really great source of inspiration for the students. Also, if the students need help setting up their fundraising pages, you can click here and you'll be taken to a guide that actually shows you how to do this. So we actually have this now available to help students get into those weeds of how exactly they're setting up their page and how they can customize it. That's up to them how they want to customize it, but at least this gets the ball rolling. And there's also a video that was a virtual launch from their virtual assembly that you can click on to watch. And all this will be included, as always, within the description of the video. Whether you attended the November Coffee and Conversation session or not, it's okay. We're going to give you all the resources in a flyer where you can click on those links, or if they don't work, you can copy the links that are available. And if you can't do that, just download the file. You have the ability to download, as you can see here. If you're viewing this from a computer, if you're viewing it from a phone, it may look a little differently, but you should be able to download it nonetheless. This is a PDF, and again, these links should be clickable, but if they're not, at least you see the links and you can copy them. There's a lot of resources for First in Math, for RAS Plus, and how to maneuver those different applications, and for Schoology. We talked a little bit about setting up parent accounts. Please know that there are lots of benefits to having a parent account, that you are not reliant upon your student's account to let you use theirs. You can see and maneuver as if you were one of your students. You have to link your students to your account, though, before it is deemed a parent account. So there's just a few steps involved, and if you don't think that we have your most up-to-date email, or if you've never done this and you need an invite link to do this, please just let us know. We can get that out to you. We can update your information, but we need to have an active email for you to be able to do this. Just a few reminders that the Art Club and the Music and Movement Club have already started or are just about to start. So please reach out to the teachers if you need more assistance. The information will be in the description. The codes are available. Just log in at the right time for the 2 sessions. Also, for holiday season help, just another reminder, if you need anything this season or you just have questions about what we even could do, just reach out to our school counselor, Miss Powell. Her email has been provided, as well as her phone number, which is the school number for the time being. And the Young Authors Contest remains open. There is a cover sheet that students need to fill out, and as well as submitting their entry, their poem or their short story. This is only for grades 1 through 3 at this school. It's for grades 1 through 5 countywide. But for Norwood, students within grades 1 through 3 can simply submit the cover sheet as well as their entry to Miss Spencer. Her information has been provided here, as well as the anthology that they can read to get a little bit of inspiration from past winners and honorable mentions. And a final note, just a reminder from Nurse Debbie. This is the previous note that she had sent out and included a few weeks ago when the incidences were rising of coronavirus. We know that it still is a very uncertain time, so just please make sure that you're using hand sanitizer that does not have any toxic components. Now we have the list of the recalls for that, as well as guides on how to do really properly, effectively hand wash. And if you need any provide us any pending information for your registration, like vaccination records or anything that had to be signed by the doctor or pediatrician or dentist, any of that pending information that we were waiting on, please make sure you get that our way. You can reach Nurse Debbie specifically. Her phone number has been provided here at 443-809-6029, or you can email her directly as well. And also the link, as always, for the Maryland Health Connection, the Maryland Health Plans by the state for those who need it. These are affordable plans to help people who need health care. They are accepting applications through December 15th, so that's coming up. That's it for today. Thank you again for all of your help and your patience, and we will do our best to keep punching out more information as we receive it. As always, have a great one and keep on learning.